Hello everyone, welcome back to PackToSleeve. My name is Justin. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to see how it goes, so please feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section below and let me know what you think. But today I'm going to go over, or as many of you know, the pre-release for Core Set 2021 was on Friday, and so I want to go over the deck that I played, show you some of the other pools that were in my pool, and then talk about my record, and then open any prize packs that I got. And I think what I'm going to try and do is try and do this kind of mini deck tech every week that I have F&M or once Paper Magic tournaments start again. Just kind of go over my deck really fast, talk about my matches, the record, and then open any prize packs or anything that I get. So some weeks we'll have some stuff, some weeks will not, but I'll try and do a short deck tech video. This one's going to be obviously a little bit longer because it is sealed as opposed to constructed, but we'll go through it real quick. So as you can see, I played blue-red spells, and kind of at the heart of my deck was Teferi, Master of Time, the showcase one. This was in the first pack that I opened up, so I was pretty excited. Number one, just to open the Teferi because he's very good, and I think he'll see some good play in Standard, and we'll see how much play he'll see in older formats. Probably more Pioneer than Modern, but anyway. So I opened that up, and then some of the other pools that I didn't end up using, the rares, were See the Truth. Wasn't sure that I'd be able to cast it out of the graveyard, but still a pretty interesting card. Opened up the Alt Art Containment Priest, which looks beautiful, but in Standard is not going to do a whole lot. Definitely a lot more in Pioneer and Modern. Then I also opened up Speaker of the Heavens, which would be good in the life gain deck, but I didn't really have a lot of pieces to go with it, so decided not to play that one. And then I opened up my second blue mythic in Discontinuity. Felt a little bit cheesy to play in sealed. Could have gotten away with it, but ended up choosing not to play it. And of course, it's Partner. So as you can tell, I opened 3 blue mythics and another blue rare, along with these 2 white ones. And then my promo was the Shacklegeist, who I think will be very good in Pioneer for the Spirits deck. But that pretty much was like, well, I'm playing blue, and let's see what else we could add. So I decided to go with the blue-red spells list. I opened up the Swiftwater Cliffs and the Temple of Epiphany, so I had the fixing to go with it, and of course the gorgeous Showcase Island there, so decided to play that. I also had some really good black removal, a couple black creatures that I could have gone with. I think I had a pretty decent blue-black deck, but I ended up sticking to the blue-red. So my 1-drops were the Wall of Runes, just as an early blocker, and the Scry, and Rookie Mistake, Combat Trick to throw off combat math quite a lot. This card actually blew out 2 of my opponents in 2 different games, so this was a surprising one. I wasn't sure how good Rookie Mistake would be, but it came up pretty good. Then I had a fair number of 2-drops. I've already showed you, of course, Shacklegeist is just a 2/2 flyer. Give myself some additional evasion. I got Thrill of Possibility for some card draw. Ignis Cur, and the second one as late game mana sink, and just as 2 additional creatures. Good removal and Scorching Dragonfire. Tried Lofty Denial. I never ended up casting it because I didn't have it early enough in the game, or when I did, I didn't have a flyer, so I decided in many cases it was the card I discarded. But I felt like it was not bad if I could have caught some of my opponents tapping out for a big threat. Might be able to catch them with Lofty Denial. And then, of course, the prowess creature, Jeskai Elder. She quite often ate a quick removal spell, but still a pretty good prowess creature to include. Three drops, I went with the Spell Gorger Weird, as since I played a decent amount of spells, figured it could get out of hand pretty quick. Rousing Reed was actually one of the cards that I was most impressed with out of my deck. The ability to draw two cards, but also the ability to give some of my creatures flying. And I'll show you one or two of the creatures that I used this on in the late game that won me multiple games. Soul Seer, another really good removal card. Teferi's Protege, just for additional card draw, and the 3 toughness worked out pretty well for me. Frost Breath, once again another tempo card to be able to tap down their creatures. Another prowess creature, this one with Flying Mistral Singer, was very, very good for me. And another flyer and Sky Scanner, just additional card draw. And then, of course, my 4 drops, Teferi. Sadly, I was only ever able to draw and cast him once, but when I did, he did very well, drew me multiple cards, was able to phase out a big threat for a turn that gave me enough time to find the answer to it. I also had 2 Capture Spheres, which were really good. Some of the decks had ways of sacrificing their creatures and things like that, so Capture Sphere wasn't quite as good as it has been in older sets. But still did a lot of work for me and shut down some major threats. And the Battle Rattle Shaman was very good as well, just to be able to constantly pump up some of my smaller guys. Did really well. My lone 5-drop was the Pitchburn Devils, just a solid 3/3, and then when they try and kill it, the additional reach. I was able to get rid of a big creature that way. And then top end of my curve, we had the Tolarian Kraken. This guy did a lot of work in the last matches that I played. And then probably the biggest creature in my deck, the one that won me the most games, was Waker of Waves. I was able to put Rousing Reed on this guy twice and just destroy the game that way. I think I cast him in 3 of my wins, and he just did so much work. So pretty solid overall. I ended up going 2-1 in round 1. I played another blue-red spells list, and I lost 0-2 to that. Guy is one of the better sealed players or better limited players at our store. And he drew well, and I didn't. And so that's just the way it goes sometimes. But it was still pretty good matches. Round 2, I played a Mardu Reanimator list. The guy had really poor draws all night, but had a ridiculous sealed pool, including two Baneslayer Angels and a Gadrock, sorry. Just some ridiculous flyers that could have completely destroyed the game. But like I said, he was Reanimator, and with Capture Sphere, I was able to lock down his Baneslayers so that he couldn't reanimate them, and they just kind of sat there while I won the game with my giant whale. And so I won that round 2-0, and then in the last round I also won 2-0 versus a newer player playing a Gruul Stompy list. Once again, Capture Sphere was huge, being able to lock down his Scavenging Ooze and his one Hydra that could just keep growing. So overall, like I said, I finished 2-1. I ended up in 3rd place, and so I won, sorry about that. I won 5 packs. So we're going to go ahead and open them, as well as open the Jumpstart promo pack, or Jumpstart pack that was given out as buy box promo. So let me go ahead and clean up my deck. So like I said, leave your thoughts in the comments there to let me know what you think of the short deck tech and kind of going over the matches. But we'll leave the Jumpstart to last and see what we get here in our 5 packs. Here we go. These are, looks like the Japanese print run again, so we've got the nice little pull tab there. Also means that our rares are going to be at the front of the pack. So we got Construct Token, a Swiftwater Cliffs, and another Containment Priest, already my 2nd one. Not a bad card though at all. Like I said, we'll need that for older formats. We got the Carrion Grub. Hold on, let me go ahead and read what Containment Priest does. For 1 and a white, it is a 2/2 human cleric with flash. If a non-token creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. Reign of Revelation, Vryn's Wigmare was downshifted, I believe, from rare to uncommon in this set. I think it was last printed in Magic Origins. Cage Zombie, Short Sword, Masked Blackguard, Dub. Several of these, like Dub and Short Sword, were printed in Dominaria, so we got some reprints and a lot of reprints in this set. Alpine Watchdog, Spined Megalodon, Basri's Alkalite, Run Afoul, Burn Bright, and Skeleton Archer. Did anybody open any sweet bombs in their pre-release kits? And I guess another question would be, were you actually able to play it all? Or were you just able to do the play from home? Oh, we got another Swiftwater Cliffs and Demonic Embrace for 1 and 2 black for an enchantment aura. You can enchant creature, and the creature gets +3/+1. It has flying and is a demon in addition to its other types. You can cast it from your graveyard by paying 3 life and discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. I know a lot of people are talking about this and seeing whether or not this will actually see play in maybe a mono black aggro list or something like that. So Falconer Adept, Unsubstantiated, another good reprint. I think last printed in Eldritch Moon. Also has the full art printing from that set, the Game Day promo. Meteorite, Short Sword, Fetid Imp, Trackdown, Wishcoin Crab, Celestial Enforcer, Life Goes On, Spine Megalodon, Spellgorger Weird. Ooh, we got one of the showcase cards, Liliana Steward. The new showcase borders are very, very interesting. I think they'll look great in foil. Go ahead and put this up with the rares. And Sabertooth Mauler. A good card in the Gruul list in Limited, where your cards, you're mainly looking for things that are where power matters, the 4 power or greater. And of course that one can grow. All right. We got the Rugged Highland, speaking of Gruul, and Primal Might, the new pump and fight spell for 1 green and X. It is a sorcery. Target creature gains +X/+X until the end of turn. Then it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Really cool looking art there with Gulta and one of the shaman or whatever from Ixalan. All right, we got Traitorous Greed, Carrying Grub, Direfleet Warmonger, Duress, Trackdown, Alchemist's Gift, Rambunctious Mutt, Life Goes On, Frantic Inventory, Hunter's Edge, Crash Through, Roaming Ghostlight, and Drowsing Tyrannodon. Okay. Oh, we got one of the showcase planes and a foil forest, and our rare is Basri's Lieutenant. For 3 and 1 white for a human knight 3/4 with vigilance and protection from multicolored. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. And when Basri's Lieutenant or another creature you control dies, if it has a 1/1 counter on it, create a 2/2 white knight creature with vigilance. Good answer to sweepers because it leaves behind a bunch of knights, which is also a relevant archetype, so could see some play. Not sure. We got Miscast, Tempered Veteran, Meteorite, Turn to Slag, Gloomsower, Alpine Watchdog, Fury of the Bitten, Rookie Mistake, Chandra's Magmut, Gnarled Sage, Goblin Arsonist, I know that's a reprint from some of the older, I think, core sets, and Daybreak Charger. And the final pack from our prize packs. Let's see here. So we got the planes, and our rare is the sad robot himself, Solemn Simulacrum. For 4 mana, it is a 2/2 artifact creature golem. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, then put that onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. And when Solemn Simulacrum dies, you may draw a card. Just really good value, sees a lot of play in Commander. We'll see if it's good enough to see play in Standard currently with all the good ramp cards that we have, but I think it's very possible. All right, so we have Traitorous Greed, Canopy Stalker, Battle Rattle Shaman, Trackdown, Fetid Imp, Frostbreath, Valorous Steed, Life Goes On, Opt, another good reprint, Defiant Strike, Snare Spinner, Shock, going back to some of the old Shock art. And then another showcase card, we got Teferi's Protege. All right, and last but certainly not least, we've got the Jumpstart pack. Now these packs are curated lists, so if anyone opens the same pack that I do, we're going to get the exact same cards. And we got the Minotaurs one. So I do not know what is in the Minotaurs list, but we are going to find out. All right, so we've got Sethron Hurleon General, a new Minotaur Warrior legendary creature, new Minotaur Commander, for 3 and 2 red for a 4/4. Whenever Sethron or another non-token Minotaur enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/3 Minotaur creature token, and you can spend 2 and 1 Rakdos. Minotaurs you control get +1/+0 and gain menace and haste until the end of your turn. So I'll be interested to see if anybody is building around Sethron as the new Minotaur commander, or if they're mainly sticking still with Neheb in his various versions. Got the Blood Rage Brawler, Herald's Horn. Oh, that's a good reprint. Good card to always have on hand for commander decks, especially if you're looking for tribal decks. Warfire Javelineer, Soulseer, Sure Strike, Borderland Minotaur, Flurry of Horns, Lightning Visionary, Minotaur Skull Cleaver, Minotaur Sure Shot, Mugging, Thriving Bluff. I know some people are curious whether these will see play in Pauper or not. I do not know the format well enough to know that, but it's definitely an interesting design. And then, of course, we've got the basic lands. And I think one of them is... Yeah, this is supposed to be, I think, the more unique one. It looks like, what is it? The Maze from Theros, Beyond Death. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the rest of these are just regular basics. All right. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. And probably start doing it again next week as we dive into Standard. And hopefully we'll be able to win some of those promo packs. And, just see how we do. But I think that's everything I have for now. And I will see you guys next time.